Hi, and welcome to my wiki. My name is Miss Horvath, and I'm a fifth grade teacher in Ellington. And I want to give you a quick tour and an overview about a 5-lesson unit to learn more about the Boston Massacre. So this is the homepage. It's susan514.wikispaces.com/home. And this project was designed for a graduate level course. However, can certainly be used and modified for a number of purposes in the classroom. This is the homepage to the wiki. And if you want to navigate around, you can go to the right. And if you look at this all pages over here, if you click the arrow, that will get you a menu to the 5 lessons and other resources I have here. So this unit is designed for 5th grade, and it focuses around these 3 essential questions. What really happened at the Boston Massacre? Was this event really a massacre? And how is propaganda used to change public opinion? So this is an estimated 5 days. It may take a little bit longer than that depending on your class size, how long you want to give students for research, and that kind of thing. I also think that it's important that the kids have some background about the French and Indian War and some general information about taxation that happened after that from Britain to pay off the war debt. Those are important prerequisite concepts for this unit. And this is designed for teachers, so each page is written as a lesson plan, so hopefully anybody could go to any of these pages and they would have everything they would need, including a substitute if that were the case on any given day. However, this wiki should also be shared with students. There's certainly nothing that they can't see on this, and in fact they will need to post a variety of things and to interact with the wiki for different links and different assignments within the unit. So both students and teachers should have access to this wiki. So in order to navigate, obviously this menu is on the right and it's lesson by lesson. Each lesson starts with activities, lesson objectives, technology included in the lesson, and a lesson description, which is just a step-by-step view of what should happen that day during the lesson. Within the lesson description embedded are different sites, pictures, activities, and they're pretty well spelled out. There are also videos embedded, so screencasts. This first one for the first day is an example of a screencast that I did on how to record Vocaroo audio and how the students need to post that on the class wiki. So that's the first video there. And everything that teachers need should be pretty much on these lesson pages. Again, there are 5. So that's lesson 1. Lesson 2 is the same format. All of the lessons are the same format, just tried to make it easier. Some of the videos embedded aren't screencasts, they're directly from YouTube, and this is a Voki, so that's an avatar, and that is me giving some directions to students about a specific activity they would need to do. Lesson 3, same format. And in this lesson, the kids will actually need to click on this to get to a Kahoot survey. They're going to be learning about the word massacre with different vocabulary and different definitions. So I thought it would be neat for them to get to vote on whichever definition they chose to use for the rest of the unit. And this one, they'll be doing some primary source research in pairs. And they will also have a homework assignment, which is explained in this screencast, on using the comment feature in Google Docs, which the 5th graders in my classroom are already familiar with. The 4th lesson of the unit, talks about propaganda and the word propaganda. So there's a short video for kids to get more familiar with that word. I have found in past years it's new to many of the 5th graders. There's also a Padlet, so students can actually post and demonstrate understanding of the word propaganda with 2 short postings they need to do on this Padlet. So again, they will click on here, and they would be taken to this Padlet. They would all need their own Chromebooks for this portion, and that's stated in the lesson. And then as a class, they're actually going to create a rubric using Rubistar as a class for their final project. I've given them some requirements on that page, and this is a sample rubric for another research project that somebody else had posted, so just an idea, but certainly the kids can choose however they want to format that rubric as long as it's following all these requirements, and that is outlined in the lesson. And then the 5th lesson, the final lesson of this unit, has a review of the essential questions for the unit, as well as a Jeopardy review game. And if the teacher finds that they need to edit that game, they can go into that site. But this game will take you to the Boston Massacre Jeopardy that I have created. So this is going to be a useful review before the kids give their final projects, hopefully. And the only other page on the right that will be really useful, I'm hoping it will be useful, is the references and resources page. So this page has references for each of the sources that I've used for each of those. And even more importantly, perhaps at the bottom are additional resources. So these can be used for supplemental information. We all know that different kids work at different paces. So if kids are to finish work early on any given day, that there's independent work or partner work, there's some neat websites that they can go to here, and there's some really cool links just to learn more about the Boston Massacre. And these ones are interactive, so this one was pretty neat. And this one, you can go to this site and you can actually get a 360 view of what the Boston Massacre looks like today. And I know our class actually takes a field trip there when we walk the Freedom Trail in the spring some years. So that's a neat one. And there's other ones here that the kids can check out, as well as a neat video from YouTube on the Boston Massacre investigation and trying to figure out what actually happened. And finally, this is just one part. I didn't upload all of these videos, but you can certainly search other episodes on YouTube. This is the Adams Chronicle series, which was actually recommended by my professor, Dr. Sponder. And this is just one part of one episode and involves some of the trial involving John Adams' role and his role in that trial. So there are extra resources for early finishers or for teacher background knowledge, depending on how familiar you are. There is one other page over here, but it's just linked, and the kids are going to post their Vocaroo audio from day one on this page, so that's why it's another link here, but there's nothing actually on this except for my sample. The kids, this is something that they'll actually edit, and they will upload their own Vocaroo posts here. Felt that this was better than embedding the Vocaroo because you can't name those, and if you link it to a website, you can actually put your name, which was the directions I gave in the screencast. So I hope you enjoy this wiki. I hope that you enjoy learning and teaching about the Boston Massacre. I had a lot of fun making it, and hopefully it will be useful to you in your purposes. Enjoy.